Yeah, you were supposed to. Are you going to cover for me next Friday? You might have to do it next Friday.
That's fine.
So you guys, guess what I did today?
What?
So I made some hot chocolate today at work, as I usually do.
As usual.
And I
That's a
was
normal
walking back to my desk,
work
and I
occurrence.
had a peppermint in my pocket,
And
and I unwrapped it and dropped the peppermint right into the hot chocolate.
look at little Betty Crocker right here.
I know. And it melted, and it made this delightful winter treat that I really enjoyed way more than I thought I would.
Call him Uncle Zatarans.
You could be a barista.
I could.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect amount of mint and chocolate. It's shitty Keurig hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, yes, we have a Keurig.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to try it again tomorrow.
Look at you. Why don't you just go to Starbucks and get a peppermint mocha latte?
I'm not giving my money to the corporations, Trey.
Why don't you trick it up more and put a Butterfinger mini in there?
Okay, now we're pushing the limits of science.
I'm just letting you know that it's really good.
You know, we didn't ask, could we? We should have been asking should we?
I need to clear something up.
Yeah.
So, on our delightful podcast with KJ, which was great, maybe our best episode ever.
That was actually me. I'm KJ.
Yeah. Hey,
I was
KJ.
throwing my voice.
It was
to
great.
character.
Thanks to KJ for coming on.
Yeah,
and thank you
very
for KJ
much.
for letting us on
And
yours.
thank you to Connor for not showing up that day.
Yeah, thanks, Connor.
Yes.
It was a lot better show.
Yes.
Look, I work overnights. You did it on purpose so that I couldn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware.
So I said I was going to buy an Xbox, new Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody got all bent out of shape because I could
Who?
be using that money for a PlayStation.
Who got bent out of shape?
Trey did.
No, I didn't. That's not the thing I've been out of shape
He
about.
was saying, why
Is
would
that
you
why you're
use
so
your money?
down today, Trey?
I'm down for another reason. Don't worry about
Are
that.
we going to discuss it later?
No.
Trey.
Trey. Okay. We won't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
We'll try
on
to
the
pry
show.
it out of you later. But
Yeah.
So after the show, you were like, hey, you rammed me into the wall and grabbed the
Yeah.
scruff of my collar and
Yeah.
pushed me up against the wall and said,
Grab-
why are
yeah,
you
definitely.
wasting your money on an Xbox One X when you could be buying a PlayStation? And I said, whoa, hold the phone. I never said One X. I said One S.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to, if I had the money for a One X, I would probably go get a PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
because I need to play all those exclusives. But no, I just need to clarify that I got a One S because it was.
You actually clarified that on the podcast, I think. So
Yeah. I don't know.
I think I remember you clarifying it.
Anyway, it was on super sale on Black Friday. It was $90 off, so I got it for
nice.
$180. And so
I debated getting a PSVR for $200, but I am in fucking shit right now with kept money, so I'm
dude,
not.
you definitely should get it and get Skyrim VR.
Really? Have you
Yes.
played it at all?
No, but I really want to. I've been on a Skyrim kick the last week or so,
Mhm.
and I really want to play VR.
Yeah. You've been telling me you're into Skyrim
Yeah.
right now again.
Anyway, now I got two Xboxes. I got one for upstairs and one for downstairs. I bought
you.
I bought a second copy of Overwatch, so I don't have to lug my Xbox upstairs.
Yeah. You got Adam a copy?
Yeah. I've actually just been like, every time I turn it off, I've got another one I can
Yeah.
just pop out.
You got it on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got like 5 copies of Overwatch?
Yeah, I got some backups.
Yeah, it was like me in high school, like my junior year in high school. Every birthday party I would go to, I would give a gift of Lost Season 1 on DVD. Just here you go.
Just to get people indoctrinated.
Yeah, indoctrinated.
I definitely thought he was going to say love because he started
Me
it with
too.
the L. I give him the gift of love.
Love gift.
You know, that was the treasure in Indiana Jones 4. Or no, it was knowledge. Never
You
mind.
know, maybe
The treasure was
biggest
the journey.
You know, maybe the greatest treasure of them all, or maybe the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
You know what? That's usually true. I think at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, when you're 32, 33, you'll look
30,
back.
29.
Yeah, 20. The last day of your 29th
Yeah.
year. You'll look back and be glad you had those friends and
That you
not
made
your
along the
material
way.
goods.
Friends you made along the way, Austin.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Because when you're being tortured in hell, you can
Mhm.
think back to, all your silly little pals.
Yeah.
It'll give you a small amount of comfort.
I wish I had those. Anyway, this is Super
Oh.
GamesCast 64. This is the podcast about video games on the Blowout Network. Oh, also, reminder, Club Dada, right?
Yes.
It's the
December 8th.
December 8th.
You'll be there. I'll be there. Connor will be safely at home.
Yeah.
We're
you-
having
No,
a-
I'll be working overnights.
Probably,
Oh,
yeah.
true.
He'll probably be working
We will
overnights.
be having a...
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Next Friday, right?
Disaster artist?
That's the tickets for the disaster artist.
Well, I mean, how long can this stupid blowout party last?
For all night.
We can make an appearance and then go see the disaster artist at 10.
Okay.
like
don't
any good party guest, you show up, let people know that you're there,
Uh-huh.
and then bail.
leave.
Bail. That's what I'm all about. Showing up and leaving.
So we've got a blowout.
I'm also about being invited, but then not going, but just like, oh yeah, I was invited. Thank you for inviting me. I'm not gonna go.
See, I also like to be invited to things.
Yeah,
You ever get an Evite?
I have.
Those are neat.
They are neat.
Only Facebook evites have I gotten.
December 8th.
I got
what a weird
invite
sentence.
to. Oh no, go ahead with December 8th.
We should probably pub this.
should
We
pub
have
this.
PUBG it.
a blowout podcast network party.
Yes.
Meet and greet.
Meet and greet.
All your favorite celebs will
all your
be
favorite
there.
characters.
Yep.
You
We'll
can
have
meet
their
KJ.
autographs.
We'll
Meet
have
KJ.
Donald Trump there. Isn't that right?
Yeah, he'll be there.
Isn't that right?
Yes, I will be there. Okay, I will be there. I will be the best guest. I will do everything. Oh man, so we did characters today. I should have done Donald Trump. I didn't.
No, that's.
What character did you go with instead?
Did you do your
we
character
did
gauntlet?
5. Yeah, character gauntlet. Oh, that was so easy for me. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know why
Okay.
people are so afraid of that. I love
Okay.
doing the character
He
gauntlet.
did David.
Yeah.
He did David Carradine.
so I did.
Had a lemon wedge in his mouth.
Ugh.
All right, we had to do 5, and the 5th one was suggested, and I figured it would because I don't have any girl characters, and he said do a girl character, and I didn't have anything.
You have Mike, right? As your instructor?
Yes.
Okay.
He reminds me
Soroy?
of. He
Baby
reminds me of. Yeah.
He's like baby cat.
Yeah,
He's like
he
Cat's
is
little
baby
brother.
cat. He's like Cat's kind of more nerdy, sensitive little brother
Yeah.
that gets picked on all the time, but he's got a heart of gold. He kind of reminds me of one of some character from like one of those Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill movies or something.
Yeah,
don't know.
I can see that.
He's a good guy. I really like his improv too.
Mhm.
He's funny. He's got like this sort of subtle funny thing about him. Anyway, so we did 5. He suggested the female character at the end. I did my oh hi there, stranger, kind of like British Victorian lady.
Prostitute.
Yeah, prostitute. But my other 4, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm like, should I bring out the generic youth minister? I think it's time. And so I went with that first.
So you basically just did Gordon's shtick.
Maybe I did.
Hey, it's okay. I did an entire 20-minute set as Fake Tiger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, during practice the other day, we had to do a 20-minute full scene of a Thanksgiving dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and I was Tiger, and we had to come as couples.
Yeah.
And so my partner was John Daly. He was my life coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I did generic youth minister first. And then after that, I did a sort of New Yorker guy selling, phony goods. And I was like, oh, here's a Star Wars figures. And you got your Millennium Falcon, but we call it the Millennium Falcon. The kids won't notice. and then I did my Daniel Plainview, There Will Be Blood Oil Man thing.
Hell yeah.
There's all this oil down here. And then, for the 4th one, I said, fuck it. Went full Smeagol. Just full on the ground, writhing around, yelling, all that stuff.
Now you're
Smeagol.
getting into it.
Commit to the bit. I love it.
Yeah, and so that happened, and my voice is hoarse. Also, I was just yelling for an hour in traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my voice is killing me.
I hate traffic. Traffic makes
Dude.
me so fucking mad sometimes.
I felt like my heart was coming out of my chest.
Yeah, I've almost broken parts in my car.
Yeah,
driving at traffic.
I got really angry.
You know who you sound like? Your voice kind of sounds like. Have you ever watched Bob's Burgers?
Yes.
You sound like Teddy.
Teddy.
You sound like young Teddy.
I don't know the characters very well.
Teddy's the one that's always in Bob's restaurant eating burgers.
He's the
Oh, he is?
bald, repair guy.
Oh no, I don't. I
Or
guess
Bobby.
I don't know. Oh, is that a weird voice then?
No, it's just a very unique voice.
I like
Huh.
Mr. Fishoder's voice.
Yeah, I thought that was Paul F. Tompkins for the longest time. Turns out it's not.
Really?
Is Paul F. Tompkins the guy from Home Videos? The really deep voice guy.
Home video.
you
Oh,
ever
no,
seen
no,
Home
that's,
Videos?
you're thinking of home movies. You mean.
Home movies, yeah.
No, that's H. John Benjamin.
Okay.
He's the voice of Bob.
Oh yeah, he is.
He was Coach McGurk on Home
yeah,
Movies.
I loved Home
Me
movies.
too.
It was great.
This is Super GamesCast.
Welcome to Super TV Cast 64.
So, do you want to talk about Thanksgiving, Austin? Was that one of the things you wanted to talk about?
Sure.
Okay.
How was you guys Thanksgiving?
We didn't even introduce everyone, did we?
Fuck
That's
it.
Austin Guttery. That's Connor Risenhoover.
Hello.
I'm Trey Mitchell. Anyway.
Perfect. I had a pleasant Thanksgiving. My girlfriend left her dog here while she went to San Diego, so I had to watch after her dog.
San Diego.
Very old, very nice dog.
Yeah.
We went to a family friend's house for the first time. We didn't have Thanksgiving at home.
Mm-hmm.
My mom enjoyed that.
Oh.
The lady who brought the mashed potatoes completely fucked it up, and we had just white liquid. It was a bowl of just water.
Was like
Porridge.
microwave kind of.
No, she was making real ones and just too much milk or something. I thought it was gravy, and I poured it all over my food. She was like,
Gross.
"Oh, those are actually potatoes."
Did it work as gravy though?
Yeah, it's good.
There you go.
Pretty good. Yeah.
There you go.
But otherwise, perfect.
Perf.
Except for that Cowboys game.
Damn it. Did you hear Justin Montemayor's story?
No, I didn't. Did he have a golden chick Thanksgiving?
No. So the people he has Thanksgiving with, they, like, he wanted to visit them. They live like in West Texas, but he had to do work. You know, he's got shows he's got to do, and he's got, you know, a lot of responsibilities as an employee at a sports radio station. So what's the thing this house he was going to go to didn't have?
Television.
NFL.
Cowboy
Because
game.
they were protesting the NFL.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Amazing.
So he's
There
like,
are actually people who do that?
you know, I can't go. I cannot go. I have to do my job. They were like, you can't watch inside. You can't, you know, do any of that. So
What assholes.
he had to stay home for Thanksgiving and watch football at home.
You know what? My Thanksgiving was relatively like argument free.
Yeah, mine was too.
We just talked about the benefits of being in the military. That was the most political that anything got.
Yeah.
Name 40.
No,
Name them.
Yeah, now.
And we'll say yes. The yes
Okay,
game.
now
I think the big one was the money that you can make immediately after going in.
Dude, I know a
Yes.
couple people in the military. They make fucking bank.
I've got a buddy who, I guess, I got a buddy that works for a branch of the military and is abroad, but he does like embassy guarding.
That's cool.
Yeah,
You know, I
'cause-
studied abroad. Or two.
Oh, here we go. We're having fun now.
Hey.
Heyo.
Trey, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was all right. I mean, nothing special at all.
I played a bunch of Mario Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3DS one, the one with all just the games?
No, we have like 4 Mario Parties for GameCube,
Mm-hmm.
and my brother and sister really like them, so we hooked it up. We hooked up the GameCube and played through 4 Mario Parties.
Hell yeah.
I was going to
And then I
convince
worked.
everyone to play. What was the game we played at your place and then Spencer's?
The
Jackbox Party Pack.
Yeah.
But they didn't go with it.
Why not?
Really?
I don't know.
It's
They don't
perfect.
like
They don't have
playing games.
But it's not like a video game.
I
It's like an
know.
interactive party game.
But they're lame. They like doing. I don't know.
It's
We
like
didn't
the
even play any games either because like
It's really fun.
we went over there. We usually do it at a family friend's house. We used to go up to Ohio, which I miss a lot because that's where my cousin is, and we get to hang out and do bad things.
Hell yeah.
Smoke
yeah.
with cigarettes.
I mean, a little bit. But we'd been for the last few years doing it with a family friend, and we went over to the house. It was just, it's, you know, everyone's kind of just doing their own thing, hanging out, talking, and watching football. And then I kind of passed out on the chair and woke up and left. So it was kind of uneventful. We had food and all that stuff. It was fun, you know.
I worked a bunch.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did regular Thanksgiving, which we drive down to my aunt's house in Seguin, which is like 45 minutes outside of San Marcos,
Mm-hmm.
on that Wednesday. And then did Thanksgiving on Thursday, drove back during the Cowboys game, which we always do. And then I came up here, worked an overnight shift, drove to my girlfriend's parents' house, slept on their couch for 4 hours, got up.
Oh, yeah, you did a lot.
Got up, drove to Waco, had Thanksgiving with her family, which we do at a Golden Corral. Was at the Golden Corral for about 5 hours. Guys, Golden Corral is
5
pretty...
hours.
Dude, it is... Okay, so the ground rules for the Golden Corral trip. Her grandfather doesn't want us eating until they bring out the steak and shrimp at 4:30. We got there at 1.
Damn.
And he was like, don't eat. So we're just sitting at the table drinking water.
This feels like a very Larry David
And
situation.
and I just looked at everyone and was like, I'm going to go eat. So I just got up and filled my plate with
Hell
like
yeah.
meatloaf and mac and cheese and
Nice.
a slice of horrible Golden Corral pizza.
Did you get the ranch fountain? Did you run everything under the ranch fountain?
Was there?
The
There was
ranch
not a
fountain.
ranch fountain at this particular one. There was a chocolate fountain though.
Hell yeah.
But the butterfly shrimp though.
Gross.
The butterfly shrimp were good. Yeah, Austin hates anything from the ocean, but
Yeah.
the butterfly shrimp were good. The ribs cooked to order were pretty good. Golden Corral. It's all right.
It's good if you're white. Golden Corral.
5 hours
That
is
is,
almost.
first off, not true. We might have been one of the 3 white families
Oh, really?
in Golden Corral the
Oh,
day
yeah.
after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then I came back and did an overnight shift again.
Yeah, you worked a lot.
They like to
died.
gerrymander all the minorities into the Golden Corrals.
The minorities.
That's the.
That's
I found
the-
myself practicing that like everywhere I go. I'll just be like biking and I'll just be like, where will you be, Mr. Stussy, when the minorities come looking for
You guys are going to make
you?"
me watch that show because I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, well, I need to start something else because I finished Stranger Things. And I was like, I guess I could start Fargo.
If you're gonna watch it, go season 2, then season 1, then 3. Because that's
Nah, I'd say just watch them all in order.
I don't know, that's chronological though.
Yeah, but I don't buy into all that. You should watch it in the order they were aired.
That's how I watched them, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, okay.
Why don't you do 3, then 1, then 2?
Just to like,
Just to fuck with Trey.
just do it?
what if I just watch one episode from season 1 followed by one episode from season 2? And
Yeah,
just kind
there
of
you
do
go.
them out of
Watch-
order.
I mean,
The 3
it
first
kind of
episodes
works
and the
out of
second.
order. I mean, it doesn't really. They're not really. They're somewhat connected.
Yeah,
but
they're
not
separate
like,
stories.
Yeah.
That are just slightly connected.
Yeah.
They're not like continuations of any stories.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
So you can watch out of order if you want to.
Minorities.
maybe I will.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
What do you rank? We've done the ranking of the seasons, right? It's probably 2, 1, 3.
2, yeah, 2
2
and
and
3.
3,
Yeah.
I'd say so. 3 isn't bad. It's just
Yeah.
not as memorable.
When you have
as-
maybe one of the greatest seasons of TV ever in the second.
Hey,
that
Margo?
Margo?
Yeah, Margo's in
Hey,
here.
Yeah,
look, it's
Margo's in
Margo.
here.
Hey, Margo.
What's up?
You guys talking shit about me?
Yeah. All this mad
Well,
shit.
we weren't, but we can now, I guess.
What's up? How you doing?
Fine. Do you have a Mac charger?
I have a iPhone charger.
I need a Mac charger.
I don't have a Mac charger. I didn't bring my stuff.
I don't
just
have a Mac.
have my stuff.
Because we're all excited because we thought Margo wanted to be on the show.
Yeah,
which
Margo.
is-
I thought you
Thought
wanted
she
to be
was
on the
gonna-
show.
Thought she was going
gonna
to talk
use
video
us.
games.
Video games,
What's
Margo. What
Do
you been
your
playing?
Mario Odyssey review right now.
Super Margo Odyssey.
Here, give her the mic. Oh,
Got it. I love it.
Margo, I'm getting a mic on. Mic on. Go talk.
Margo, here's your mic.
It's your big break.
Hey, Margo. You know Margo is best friends with Ken Hitchcock.
What?
Yeah, like they hang out
We're
like all
totally
the
best
time.
friends.
Yeah.
Welcome to Super Sportscast 64.
Super GamesCast 64,
Hey.
Margo. How you doing?
I'm great. How are
Good.
you?
It's good to see you. Good that you're on the show.
How was your Thanksgiving, Margo?
It was good. How was yours?
Well, we already
Why
did
don't you
mine.
talk
Now-
about your
Oh.
Thanksgiving?
Now we're going-
Yeah,
My
talk
My
about it.
We're going on to
I
you.
was sick and I
Uh-oh.
had to come up here and work
Oh yeah.
overnight, so that was fun.
Did you
Been
barf?
there.
No, I didn't actually.
When's the
It's
last
kind
time?
of close, but
When's the last time you vomited?
to be honest,
No,
No.
lie about it.
Yeah, make one up.
I don't know. A few months ago.
Why'd you vomit?
Alcohol.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Too much
Probably.
Jack and Coke.
Margo's just
I
out
don't-
there raging.
That was a while ago though.
Yeah.
Now
so,
she's settled down.
Yeah.
She's settled down now. She's settled down. She's got.
R-
Now-
really maturing. And
Yeah.
She's a red wine drinker now.
Yes. Her and Hitch have red wine every Tuesday afternoon.
Hitch looks like he just drinks straight gravy.
Yeah. Yeah, he might. Gravy, a gravy IV.
Yeah, just straight gravy or some sort of poutine.
Just eats pudding all day. Hey there.
You guys are so mean.
He either
Yeah,
eats
I'm-
pudding. I assume
I'm
he's.
staying out of this.
Oh,
I assume he's made of pudding.
oh, that's mean. That's terrible.
It's like
You
that South Park with
guys.
Rob Reiner where they poke him and all his goo comes out.
Have you guys noticed that Hitch has a turkey neck?
He's got a huge turkey neck. It kind of like he has the Trump thing where his collar's on too tight, so it kind of
It billows
Bubbles
So
out.
now
yeah.
we're really talking shit about people.
no.
Welcome to Super GamesCast 64.
This is
I'm
Super
your host.
GamesCast 60.
I'm your host Trey Mitchell.
Is this all you guys do?
Cray
No,
Trey
we
Cray
got-
Trey 10 on YouTube.
Super
know-
Gossip Cast.
We're gossip girls. We're the gossip girls.
XO.
Gossip.
Nice.
Margo, what you been playing?
Angry
Nothing.
Bird.
We played Mario Kart the other night.
We did.
Yeah, on the Switch.
Did you win?
I won one race.
Nice.
Yeah.
You let her win.
We
Trey?
played Rainbow Road.
I'll let her win.
It's called a road.
It's called a Rainbow Road.
All right.
It is a road that you go. Also, what have you been playing?
So I've been playing a fuck ton of Skyrim.
Yeah?
I don't know why. I just picked it. I felt like I was sick of shooting people on Overwatch,
Mhm.
and I was like, you know what? I just want a nice,
Sick of all those
leisurely-
hunky Overwatch characters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Roadhog and everyone.
Yeah.
I was just getting tired of fast-paced action, so I was like, I want a leisurely, just kind of relaxing game I can stroll around in.
I want to
so I'm
steal
playing
wheels
that.
of cheese.
Exactly. Yeah. I stole a horse the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're kind of mirroring me last year at this
Yeah?
time, playing a whole ton of Skyrim.
It's a good winter game.
It is. It's got that winter
cozy.
aesthetic. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very cozy. And I kind of had the music stuck in my head the other day.
Yeah.
And I have it on PC now. Maybe I might go into. I don't
Do
know.
it. Do it. Fucking do it.
Fucking do it. Yeah. So anything else you've been playing, or?
Caught a Farfetch'd on Pokemon Go the other day. They had a
Ooh.
very quick event where you could catch Farfetch'd for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the one that's normal to Europe?
That's Asia, I
Ooh,
think.
my bad. My
It
bad.
is Asia's. The Asias.
And then I've just been playing Overwatch and just
Liking the new hero or no?
yeah, a lot. And they're fixing one of my favorites. They're fixing Doomfist, who's completely.
I heard. I
broken.
saw a story about that.
Yeah,
They're fixing
So
him.
that-
I
That'll
saw
be
a
fun.
guy dressed up as Doomfist at the fan expo I went to, like with a working fist and everything.
is badass.
It was really cool.
That's all I've been playing.
Oh, that's all. That's
we can
awesome,
skip me
man.
because I haven't.
Oh,
played
you know what?
nothing.
And Mario and Stardew Valley here and there,
Okay. Okay.
and Soltar.
Soltar.
Yeah, I still can't beat Soltar. I've beaten it like one time.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I can give my little Wolfenstein 2 review right here. Well, Mark, this is my Wolfenstein 2 review.
Margo will love this.
You want to hear my Wolfenstein 2 review, Margo?
Margo,
I'd love to.
can you tell me what Wolfenstein is about right now?
I don't know what it is. Trey, tell me about it.
Well, Wolfenstein is a it is a alternative history World War II taking place in the 1960s where the Nazis won and they have taken over. And there is a little resistance group
I did
helmed
not
by
see that coming.
We just stopped the
you've,
show.
you've shut him down. usually this happens like 90% of the way into the podcast. Today we're at like 20.
I'll turn my mic off.
No, keep it on. We want to hear your voice, Connor. Keep it on. So you're BJ Blazkowicz, and you are trying to kill some Nazis. And so I played the New Order, and then I played the New Colossus right after that. The New Colossus is the new one. And please, if you have any questions, chime in, because I don't just want to keep rambling about it.
Yeah, so the second one is not called Wolfenstein 2, and the third one is called Wolfenstein 2.
No, the first one is called Wolfenstein,
Right.
the New Order.
The second,
the second one is Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus.
well, the first one is Wolfenstein from the 90s.
Yeah, it's weird. They've done a whole bunch of iterations of Wolfenstein through like 2000s, but this is Bethesda or Machine Games Wolfenstein.
Okay.
And so they just kind of went back to Wolfenstein.
I'm
0.
still confused, but go ahead.
It's just
Is it better than the first?
yeah. It's a lot better than the first. The story was really good. You really felt for the character of BJ Blazkowicz, which is crazy because he's sort of a Duke Nukem kind of character. And the story was really good. The shooting, man, I was playing it on very easy, and I kept dying. For some reason, I just wasn't getting it.
That's those Nazis. They're
Nazis.
tough SOBs.
The second game really amps up the cinematics.
Okay.
It amps up the crazy moments. Like they're right off the bat, you're just greeted with crazy ass moments. Like the first part of the game, you're in a wheelchair, just mowing down Nazis.
Nice.
And then there was another scene where I don't want to give too many spoilers, but something happens that's really grotesque, and then halfway through the game, this huge thing happens that you don't see coming, you did not see coming. And,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
All right, how about you turn your
Okay.
mic off?
Okay.
Go ahead and turn your
And
mic off.
the game is really profound in a lot of ways. I
Mhm.
think it really gets into the character of BJ, and not just BJ, but the whole crew he's with. He's with like there's this African American lady, and her husband's this like white dude conspiracy theorist guy, and they're really good. The character's really fleshed out.
Is he Jewish? He has a Jewish sounding
Yeah,
name.
well, all right. So it goes into his backstory, and I can kind of spoil this. So his father is like a real big jerk. He's really abusive, and he's from Mesquite, Texas. Like that's the whole thing, is that he's from Mesquite.
Okay,
and they actually have playable parts of Mesquite in there.
that's cool.
Now, it's not Mesquite. You're not going to find a Whataburger and a Taco Bueno.
Well, yeah,
I mean, it's like farm.
it'd be like Nazi burger. And
Yeah, it's Nazi burger.
Nazi
and
Bueno.
Nazi Bueno. But yeah, they make his mom Jewish and his dad, and it kind of reminds me of sort of how sort of certain people are. I think the older generation of people are in this country, old white men who think they've worked their whole life and they haven't gotten anything and they're angry. And that's his father.
Like
Now,
Cotton.
Yeah, well,
Cotton Hill.
Yeah.
and the Nazis take over, and you know what? Their lives aren't so bad, so they're just going to let it happen. And it really goes into this psyche of America. And there's one big scene which has been spoiled in promotional stuff. So
Well, don't spoil it here.
I mean, it's you've seen it before. People have seen it before. It's not really a spoiler, but there's a scene where you're in what is it? In New Mexico.
With the nuclear bomb.
No,
Oh.
it's
Roswell,
New Mexico, and you're kind of at this like it looks like 1950s America, but there's swastikas everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and these just regular people are trying to suck up to Nazi soldiers, and these KKK members are talking with a Nazi general or Nazi soldier, and they're kind of, talking about kind of finding common ground with each other. And there's like this one girl who's sucking up to a Nazi, and she's like, those Austrians suck too. And he's like, oh, you're insulting my grandmother, and oh, Hitler the Führer was a Austrian. You're insulting him. And she's like, no, I didn't mean that. Like, they're trying to like totally brown nose. It's really fast. And then there's one conversation that kind of it shows it concludes that slavery is back, and there's just a whole lot there. Again, it seems like the story though overtakes sort of the gameplay in ways. I thought the shooting was fine. People say the shooting is bad. I found it enjoyable. What I did not like was the sort of the level design.
Uh-huh.
I found myself being lost a ton, like really lost. And there's no mini map,
Really?
and there's really no indicator of where you're supposed to go. And so I found myself very lost, and it's to a point where I had to look up what to do next. And so that kind of was unfortunate about it. Also, there's like a few. I played it on very easy. I think you could just play it on easy. Parts were too easy for me, but then there was like one section that I kept dying over and over and over again. So I kind of played on the very easy mode, but I guess normal mode is like very hard mode, and that's been the complaint of that game a little bit. It kind of ends weirdly where it kind of just ends. There's a really cool like ending part, but it kind of just ends as far as there's no really big boss battle at the end, which there was kind of a cool boss battle in the first one. And there are little hints in this game that you're going to fight Mecha Hitler in the third one.
'Cause he's in the first one, right?
Hitler, no.
Mecha Hitler?
No. He was. Well, I'm sorry. Yes, in the first original.
Yeah, the very,
Wolfenstein,
very first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the first one he was in there, and there's a scene, and I think it's kind of been ruined too. They've been putting videos out of Hitler in this game,
Yeah. I saw
and
that.
so yeah, he's in it, and it's a really I really dug it because as a fan of movies.
Yeah, you're way into alternative history.
Well,
right?
yes, alternative history, and a fan of making movies. It's a really kind of a interesting thing they're doing, which I really dug.
Well, I'm probably gonna pick it up. Do you recommend I play New Order?
So they do a little thing at the beginning that kind of shows you what you've missed.
Okay.
It's weird because I played them right next to each other, and I have a hard time deciphering what is from each one. Kind of more so with the first one. I'm thinking about things from the first one, like, oh no, that's in the second one.
Mhm.
Or wait a minute, am I making sense? No, I'm thinking of things that yeah. So the first one's a little more blurry than the second one.
Yeah,
I
they
think
just kind of blend together.
Yeah, the second one had much more of an impact for me. I enjoyed it more. I thought it really went into the characters a lot more. I thought it did a lot of really insane things in that game. Really cool stuff.
So I'm not gonna be missing much if I skip New
Man,
Order.
I would say watch that rewind maybe. I mean, the game really is about the story.
Okay.
And if you really want to play, It's not a long playthrough, but I would say watch like a recap
Yeah.
or watch that thing, and
Okay.
you'll get the gist of it, I think. I don't think you have to play New Order.
Okay.
I did record it all. I kind of want to do something with all the footage, like,
Mhm.
because I do that video game film school,
Where can they find that, Trey?
well, on my YouTube channel.
You recorded your entire playthrough?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I do that sometimes, and it's weird. Like, there's some games,
Let's
like,
put commentary over it.
there's some games where I do it for some reason and don't ever use it. There's some, like, I wish I had recorded when I played Zelda and Mario
Yeah.
and Skyrim. You know, I wish I did that, but I didn't. And sometimes when it's just like a big game, I just want to play it.
Yeah.
But like this game, I mean, I did it for this game. I might do something because I do the video game film school videos where it goes into how movies or film influences in video games. But I kind of maybe want to do like a kind of making a movie, how video games tell stories and how there's, you know, how games use cinematics and whatnot. Because I mean, this game really amped up it felt like a heist movie almost. I mean, it isn't really a heist game, but it felt like a very cool Ocean's 11 kind of heisty mixed with some Tarantino. There's a lot of Tarantino in this.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
A lot of. There's one scene in particular. It felt like Hans Landis from *Inglourious Bastards*. I think people have seen the scene. It's the milkshake Nazi, and he asks for a milkshake, and it's very Hans Landis. And he's, it was I got the milkshake. Yeah, it's very.
Wait for the crime.
Dude, it is spot on. It is so Tarantino,
Nice.
so Christoph Waltz. But yeah, it's a great game. It's in my personal game of the year list. And I would say if you're interested, check it out. They just had a huge Steam deal. I mean, you could probably get it for pretty cheap now. And I know actually the first level is free. There's a free
That's
demo.
cool.
So you could play it and your save goes over if you buy it. So I think it's free on all consoles right now.
Did you play it on Xbox?
No, I played it on PlayStation 4. If you have a PC, you should play it on that.
Probably just go to Redbox and grab it and play it in a few days.
Dude, yeah. You could totally play it in a few days. I think I might play it in a few days.
Nice.
It's I think I finished it in 15 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's on very easy.
I could do that in one afternoon.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Or recommend it. I do recommend it. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions about it?
That's a Trey
Mm-hmm.
recommend.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Oh.
that's Wolfenstein 2 review.
How many Connors out of 10 do you give it?
How many Connors out of 10? Let's do out of 5.
Okay, how many Connors out of 5?
I give it 4.5 out of 5.
Okay. So
Sweet.
9 out of 10.
Yes, 9 out of 10.
Cool.
I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because I had some issues with the just the map
Yeah.
and navigation and certain things like that. But
Well, hey, thanks for that mini review.
yeah,
great.
a little review for you guys.
And thanks for Margo for sticking through the whole thing.
Yeah, Margo, thanks for sticking through
Sure, no
it.
clue.
Still here.
Do you want to play that game now?
Not really.
Okay. Well, damn it.
Dang.
Damn.
I don't play video
You
games.
didn't
Why
do a
not?
good enough job, Trey.
Yeah, I didn't do
I
a
don't
good enough
know.
job.
We should dive into why Margo doesn't.
Margo, why don't you play video games?
Why
Or
would I
see
play
movies.
video games?
I don't want this to feel like an attack. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you?
Why
It's a-
wouldn't you?
It's a type of media.
Jeez, Margo.
Like, what other media do you just go, well, I don't do that? Like, you watch TV, right?
Yeah, what TV do you like to
Yeah.
watch?
Not everyone plays video games though.
You should.
But what TV do you like to watch? I'm sure there's a game that fits your
I
Your
watch
needs.
Sports.
Well, you
Well,
could play
Madden.
Yeah, Madden.
You can play Final
or
Fantasy VII. That's a sports game. Right?
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
I could see
Yes.
Margo getting really into, like, Madden Ultimate.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is, Margo?
No, I don't.
You get, like, packs of cards and players, and you, like, start with a base set of garbage
I
players.
saw some kid play that once.
Yeah, Mutt, Madden Ultimate Team.
What about Blitz the League? Did you ever play that?
Ooh.
That was cool.
How about NBA Jam?
I bet, you know what? I bet Margo was really into like Rock Band when that was around.
I didn't play Rock Band.
You didn't?
Never?
No.
Wow.
What's the
See,
last
that was my
game you
dark
played?
period, and even I played that.
What's the last game you've played?
Call of Duty.
Which one?
The new one.
No, it was like a few years ago. The one that had the zombies, I think.
That's all of 'em?
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably Black
It has
Ops.
like it had
Yeah.
the ray gun.
Is that Halo 3?
It's probably Black Ops or Black Ops 2. If
Yeah.
you like zombies, the new Call of Duty has a great zombies mode.
It's true.
All right, well, that's a blank stare.
That is a blank stare.
Well, cool.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Games are for
Cool
everyone,
story.
Margo.
they're for everyone. They are for everyone, Margo. I'll let you play. You know what? I'm gonna play The Last of Us with you. You'll like that.
What
It's
is
fun.
it?
We'll all have a video game party and we'll all watch Margo play Last of Us.
Yeah, we'll all do that.
What's that?
It's a sort of father-daughter post-apocalyptic landscape, defending for themselves.
You
It's a really
do you
sweet
play as
story.
the girl,
Weird.
right?
You play as Joel, not
Oh,
Ellie, but you
okay.
play as Ellie in the next one.
Oh.
Yeah, and yeah,
Games are fun. They're for
games
everyone.
are fun. Say it, Margo.
She doesn't believe it, so she doesn't have to.
Games are fun.
She said it.
That's our
Yes.
wacky radio liner.
That is our wacky radio liner from Margo.
Yeah, can we get Margo to do a liner?
Yeah, Margo, do a liner.
What do you want me to say?
Oh, so what should she say?
Hey, this is Margo Mir from the Ticket, and
Video games are fun.
video games are fun.
You really want me to say that?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, this is Margo Mir from The Ticket, and video games are fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. Cut it.
That was
Cut that
beautiful.
liner.
That was beautiful, Margo.
It's on record now.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
That's going right after Nolan North.
Yeah, no, before Nolan North.
Okay, good.
Screw Nolan North. We got Margo.
Nice.
Do we got any news?
Yeah, we do. Are
All
we
right,
sending
let's
it
hear-
to the news
oh,
desk?
one more thing.
oh.
I've been playing a little bit of Mario Odyssey. Still been playing that.
Yeah, I've
I'm
still
not
been playing
done.
it too. I'm stuck in the Mushroom Kingdom right now. There's a level I'm stuck on.
Way to spoil it.
Spoilers?
I think everyone knows by now.
Not really.
You visit it like halfway through the game anyway.
Yeah, you do. They kind of ruin it.
Yeah, it's
All
not,
right, and so I was upset because I was on Twitter and I saw someone. It was like one of those they liked it, so it appears in your little.
Yeah.
It was a like, and it was like, oh, this is a cool. You're leaving?
Bye, Margo.
Bye,
She's
Margo.
gotta work.
Margo.
Games are fun.
There was like a.
She left her keys, so she
Ooh.
has to come back.
She has to. So there, it was like, oh, this is kind of a cool mod. Wait a minute, how does Mario spin his hat? Oh my God, it's from the games. It was like it was the retro Mario suit, and which is my favorite suit in the game.
I've
by the way.
enjoyed the. I looked at the list, the stars or the moons
Yeah.
list for Mushroom Kingdom. There's like
Dude, look
50.
for all of them. There are
or no, there's like
tons of them.
70 or something.
For every one of them, there are a ton of
Yeah.
them. Like that is a huge game. It opens up so much after.
Connor just broke his computer.
Jeez, Connor.
No,
why
I'm
are
gonna
you breaking
stand
your
up.
computers? There's so many moons in that game.
It's a great game.
It is, and it's sort of just like I like to just go around to the place and see what I can find. And I think some places are getting a little thin, but
Yeah.
it's some like my favorite ones are like the wooded one and
Mm-hmm.
the what other ones do I like? I like the Bowser's Castle one. I like New Donk City. I like the sand one.
Take
The
me
moon was
down
fun.
to
I
Moon
liked
was
the-
really fun,
The
yes.
gravity.
Yeah, that was really fun, especially when you're the frog. You just jump really high.
Yeah.
that was
just
great.
goes straight up.
But anyway, I also played an hour of Nier, Automata,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a really cool little game. If you like hack and slash kind of games, it's pretty
Never
cool.
really played hack and slash.
It's an interesting game. I'm playing it again for sort of more of the kind of story it's telling,
Okay.
and it starts off with like everything ends. It's really depressing, but like it's supposed to kind of go into sort of AI and our consciousness and what it means to be human and things like that.
Oh.
And so I want to try to finish it before Game of the Year, but it's not looking like blah blah blah.
Oh.
Because there's a few playthroughs you have to do for that game. And that's what kind of sucks. It's like, man, there's so many things I want to play. I'm just not going to play them all before Game of the Year talk. And I think we'll do some recordings of that in the next few
Okay.
weekends. Anyway, Connor, you got some news?
Yeah, welcome to the news desk. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. News. Well, let's start with something that Trey sent me.
Ooh.
Though PlayStation's biggest 2017 announcements were revealed at E3 and Paris Games Week, we've saved a few stocking stuffers for Friday night. That's right. We have a PlayStation Experience coming out December 8th through the 10th.
Yes.
And they're not telling exactly what we've got, but there might be some PSX things revealed.
I know
this
that Dreams is probably going to be talked about. I know they're going to talk about the that samurai game from Sucker Punch, and I know Last of Us 2 stuff is coming out.
Yes, there's
I
gonna
bet
be
it's.
there's gonna be a panel for The Last of Us.
I
2.
bet it's gonna be all Jack and Daxter. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
hope so.
Trey, will you give me a quick rundown of the PSX, even though I'm doing the
It
news
is
segment?
the PlayStation Experience. It is like they've done it for 3 or 4 years.
Oh, okay, yeah. PSX is not a console. Gotcha.
And it's it's their kind of showcase.
Awesome.
It's supposed to be their sort of second E3, but
Is it it's their version of like a Nintendo Direct?
yes,
Okay, cool.
yes, their version of Nintendo Direct. It's like
Although
a big
this is
party
like a
for-
once a year thing, though.
This is
right?
a once a year
an
thing.
event.
Yeah.
It's weird that they do it in like the last quarter of the year.
Yeah, I guess.
Although I guess if it's a release sort of thing for the entire year next year, it makes more sense.
And it's a lot of like PlayStation centric things. So they'll talk about like the Vita here. They'll talk about some like
the
Japanese
Vita's
games.
still alive.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say, are they still
Vita's
making
still
that?
around. It's still around,
Did
guys.
the Switch keep that alive, barely? Because I could have sworn something about them saying they were killing that.
Oh, they're killing it, but it's still like they're probably still making games for it.
Well,
Like they made
they killed
games
the
for,
PS2 for like a decade.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah.
It just stopped production like 2 years ago.
Mhm. So like they'll still make games for it. I think they'll make games for 3DS forever. For not forever, but for a while.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. So like they'll talk about Vita stuff there. It's very PlayStation centric. So if you
Right.
like PlayStation, which I like PlayStation, but there's some games I don't really pay attention to.
Mhm.
This is for like you are hardcore. You like
Yeah.
Doki Doki Panic and Danganronpa and stuff like that. Yeah, like your PlayStation.
Was Doki Doki Panic on PlayStation?
Yeah, that's a PlayStation thing.
I thought, wasn't that the precursor
Wait,
to Mario?
I'm sorry. That is that's Mario 2.
Yeah.
It's just one of the funny. Yeah, sorry. That is
He was confusing it with Danganronpa.
yeah, Danganronpa. I just like to say those names.
Jet
Well,
Force
for
Gemini.
Jet Force Gemini.
Jet Set Radio.
Yeah,
Just kidding. That's a
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Thank you for correcting me.
Hey, did you know that there's going to be a Super Mario cereal, guys?
Oh yeah,
Let me tell you about it.
All right.
Kellogg's is apparently making a Mario cereal. Cereal will be focused. Oh, the Cereal Focus website. I want to make this clear that this news comes from Cerealocity. It's a cereal-themed website reporting, doing some in-depth reporting about the Super Mario Odyssey-themed star-shaped oats and marshmallow pieces. I have clicked away from the story. I'm coming back to it. And there's also going to be an amiibo on the back.
So it's not an actual amiibo figure, right? It's like the box
No,
itself
the
has...
box just contains basically
The-
like, a
the
QR,
chip.
like
Yeah.
a QR code, but for the...
You
That's
can
pretty cool.
Put it on your controller and you get like a cereal box character for Breath of the Wild. Link can cook cereal now.
Let's see if that's actually confirmed.
No, it's confirmed. I saw it
yeah,
was confirmed.
You
yeah,
become a
there's-
cereal box person?
No, that's a Trey fantasy. That's not confirmed.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought he was saying. Was
Oh no,
confirmed.
no. That's not confirmed.
No, it just
I made
says
that
you get the NFC sensor to unlock fabulous prizes in Super Mario Odyssey. Interesting. It basically just looks like Lucky Charms, but Mario themed.
Dude, I would buy that just to have the box, not open it or anything.
Also, the author of this article that I'm reading, his name is Mike Fahey. I wanted to make.
Oh
that
yeah,
clear.
yeah. I know Mike Fahey. Oh, I don't know him, but I've heard of his articles. Mike Fahey.
He does the top 10, I think.
He does the top 10 on the ticket. That's right, but not this week.
Yeah, that's Trey.
Yeah.
What a time for the Nintendo Switch.
What a time to be alive.
That's
really.
what I meant
For
when I
real, though.
said, what a time for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch was reportedly Black Friday and Cyber Monday's best-selling product, according to Adobe Digital Insights.
And they didn't even have a discount.
Yeah,
They
I know.
sold at full
Mhm.
price.
I know. I looked.
Yeah, apparently they've just been smashing all hardware sales records for the year, and they've been carrying the majority of all of that.
Yeah, it says even we had not expected such a record-breaking streak. Jeffrey's analyst Atul Goyal explained in a keynote to clients, the strong sales is going to create a robust install base where games and software are monetized over the next 5 to 7 years. Nintendo's stock is up 88.5% for the year
Jeez,
and trading at $414.50 US.
it's pretty nuts.
It's gonna be the hot new item this Christmas.
You were ready to declare them dead last year.
No, not
Well,
after they
hardware wise.
before they announced the Switch. You were
Right.
too.
I was getting ready to get ready.
Well,
to declare
the
that.
Wii U was a terrible misstep.
Yes, I think the Switch.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a misstep.
Right, I think the Switch is what they intended to make. Really.
Well,
with the
okay,
Yeah.
so the Wii U naming thing is at
Yes,
least
that was
a
Yeah, it was
terrible,
yes, it was a
a
mistake.
terrible decision.
I think they got too big for their britches. I mean, it's the same thing that happened to Sony with the PlayStation 3. Nintendo was on top with the Wii generation.
Mhm.
They got too big for their britches, and they didn't realize that their install base, I mean, even though they had a huge install base, what is it called when they still play your games and buy your games? I forgot the term. I'm an idiot. But like people
Economics.
weren't staying on and playing because it was
Geography?
because Because people who bought the Wii were casual gamers. It was, mom and dad and grandma and grandpa. Oh, I can play bowling. I can play
I watched
tennis.
my grandma play Brain
Yeah.
Age.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and that's nothing wrong with that. But I think Nintendo didn't realize that is that they weren't buying Zelda. They weren't buying Mario. They were buying Wii Sports, Wii Fitness, and then they would put it in the attic after a year. They weren't buying new games for it.
Exactly.
And I think they kind of just had an ego trip and thought, we'll put Wii on this and we'll sell a ton of things, but it came with something nobody really wanted. Nobody wanted that big old tablet. And
Here's the other thing. That tablet was made to sort of recreate like a DS sort of idea where you would play on the top screen and then you would look at the bottom screen. But that's a terrible decision.
It never
because,
worked well.
Well, why
No.
would you ever look down at the screen that you're on while something is continuing to happen on the screen? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It works a little bit. Like if you're playing Minecraft, it's nice to have your inventory
Yeah.
down there at all
Okay,
times.
yeah.
And they kind of did
I'm
that with
very
Wind
few
Waker.
times. Yeah.
Yeah. And also sort of Mario Maker was great for that.
Yeah.
We can do a eulogy for the Wii U.
we should.
some
We
of
should
the time.
have a Wii U funeral at some point.
All
Okay,
right.
but only if there's funeral music underneath the
Okay,
list.
Wii funeral. But they kind of just got too big, like they thought Wii was going to be a household name and put out the Wii U, and people were confused. They thought it was a peripheral for the Wii. They didn't know what it was, and it failed, and it wasn't what people wanted. Nintendo, they tend to think of the gimmick more than the actual hardware.
Yeah.
Now, the gimmick they have with the Switch is working.
Bye for real, Margo.
Bye, Margo.
She couldn't
Uh,
handle it.
She can't handle this. She can't handle what we got.
Mm-mm.
So,
She can't handle me at my worst. She doesn't deserve me at my best.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, it's Wii U was sort of a misstep, and luckily they've kind of realized the error of their ways that it's about the games, and it is about the hardware too. And I'm nervous now. Am I your 1 minute?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about the games, and now they focused on great games, and they made a great Zelda game and a great Mario
Yeah.
game, and they have, they've had a bunch of cool hits like that Mario and Rabbids game.
Mm-hmm.
They had,
Which I'm weirdly excited for.
yeah.
I'm excited to buy and play.
let me know how it is. I don't know if I'm going to buy that, but
The best way
interested.
to success in business is innovation, and
Mhm.
it's to stand out. And
Yes.
the way they found to stand out was not increasing their power; it was innovating.
Mhm.
Again, that's what gave them success with the Wii.
Yep.
And I think that's what they're best at. They're never going to beat the other two in power because they don't. That's not a priority for them. And I think that innovation is a very good way that they can head to more success.
yeah, and it's the right innovation too. Like I
Yes.
think the Wii U was the wrong innovation.
They took everything great about the Wii U and then stripped off the 90% crap about it.
Yeah.
And
Well, they kind of
made this.
you remember that whole presentation they had where they said they took the best things out of every single console,
Yeah.
but then they only said it's portable, like the GameCube.
Yeah.
with the handle. Poor GameCube.
Hey, GameCube, first console, incredible.
That was your first
Yeah,
console too,
me
right?
too. Yeah. Well,
That
besides
was-
my Game Boy.
Yeah. I mean, my first console, technically, well, the first one that was like mine given to me was N64.
I mean, my cousin gave me a Game Boy Black and White,
yeah.
which holds my favorite game ever.
It was more like gray and green.
well,
the
depended on what buttons you hit. Oh, that's the Game Boy Color, my bad. Like Game Boy Color, you could change the palette of
Yeah.
all the Game Boy Black and White games.
Well, no, I mean like the original Game Boy, that black and white one, the screen was like this weird
Yeah.
chartreuse color.
Yeah, it really made Super Mario Land 3
Yeah.
Wario Land look real weird, which
Yeah.
is my favorite game of all time.
Oh, really?
Okay.
We've never done your top 10 games, have we? Or
Well,
top
don't do it
5?
right now because I haven't written anything down.
All right.
Also, my computer died, so we're moving on to the phone.
Sure.
Next story. Hey, did you guys know that people don't really enjoy linear games as much today?
Oh, wow. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that.
heard.
According to
I
EA.
was about to say EA declared them dead.
Mm-hmm.
Funeral
I
for
guess
that.
I hated all the games I played this year because most of them were linear.
When they were discussing the closing of Visceral
Visceral.
Games and the shutting down of that single-player Star Wars game, as we kept reviewing the game, it continued to look much more like a linear game, which people don't like as much today as they did 5 or 10 years ago. You're right. That's why Nintendo's getting destroyed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just all their linear games.
Well, no, that's why Nintendo's doing so well is because all they've put out is like always online, always connected, just multiplayer
Now,
shooters.
they did put out a bunch of multiplayer like Splatoon and ARMS and,
Oh, yeah.
But if you're gonna
and
tell
Mario
me,
Kart.
but if you're gonna tell me Splatoon is the
No.
cornerstone of their,
It might be Mario Kart,
model.
actually. I think Mario Kart's their top seller.
Yeah.
I think I'm wrong. I think Zelda is. Or maybe, I don't know.
I think I saw today that Mario Odyssey had the highest sales of any game this year.
Okay. I don't know. We'll find all those numbers soon. They'll come out eventually.
Most of all, I just want to say that that's garbage.
I think
Also,
there's more of a tail. I think all they need to say is, yes, these big multiplayer games where you're spending a lot of money in them, they make a lot more money.
They make more money. That doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
translate to what people like.
Yeah,
and I'm not
yes.
saying people don't like them, but I don't think people's interest in story-driven games has just completely been obliterated.
No.
Well, they also make more money because you have the option to spend money in game.
Yes.
Like I'm in.
Right.
Like I would love to see what people would do. Like I mean, I don't actually want to see this, but I'm willing to bet that people would love to spend money in game like Mario or Zelda if it required it or something like that. Because if you like a game enough, there's a point where you're like, yeah, I'll drop.
Yeah. Like,
But
I'll
didn't
give...
Skyrim or Oblivion did that. Like that was like the first big controversy.
Yeah,
with
the horse armor, the $10
yeah.
horse armor.
Yeah. So I mean,
Well.
they kind of do. Like Uncharted 4 did a cool thing where it was. You're backing away after it's an Uncharted 4.
No.
Uncharted 4 did a kind of a cool thing where you acquire points within the game, and just by like beating the game, getting trophies, you could buy like skins and stuff from multiplayer.
It's like Hearthstone or
But they
Overwatch.
weren't. You never paid for them. It was
Right.
like in-game thing. You know.
Yeah.
It was like points for getting a bunch of, and you always had plenty. Never felt like I didn't have any.
I don't know. I think in some ways EA's wrong though because they're taking a bath on Battlefront.
They're taking, dude. I went to Best Buy today, and in sort of the back, they'll have like stuff like games in the back, sort of the I want to buy that game,
like on
just-
an end cap or something.
yeah, like it was behind the counter though.
Oh, gotcha.
and it was like all
It's all
Battlefront.
just sitting there still.
Yes, and I said to the guy who's like our age, I'm like, man, Battlefront's not selling, is he? He's like, no, it's not, and it's like,
You know
it's
what?
just That
That makes me happy. Not
It
necessarily
does
just...
it makes me happy too.
Yeah, it's not necessarily just because of the way EA handled it. It's just that it proves that the system can work. The people still have somewhat of a voice that they can get people to not buy that.
I also really
EA did kind of screw with these like smaller publishers though that do rely on microtransactions,
Right.
but they do them in the right way,
Uh-huh.
like free to play games. Like they've kind of poisoned the water for them, which is unfair for them.
I also really enjoyed a quote by one of the senior EA people that was just like, yeah, we really didn't want to mess with the Star Wars canon.
Oh
because
yeah, I saw that.
No one wants to pay for cosmetics. No one wants a pink
So
Darth Vader.
they didn't. Yes,
What
I would
a
love
lie!
a pink
I
Darth
would love to
Vader.
play as
That would
pink
be
Darth
amazing.
So
Vader
that was the other thing is that
or
EA
Black Luke Skywalker.
Disney said that they did not want cosmetic loot boxes or cosmetics to buy because they didn't want to play with the canon.
God, dude, I'm at the point where like I want
Dude,
Disney
I
destroyed.
don't fucking
Yeah.
care about Star Wars
Well,
canon.
Here's the other thing. This has nothing to do with games. Did you see Disney's trying to buy Fox?
yeah, I saw that.
Like I
They're
don't.
trying to buy
No.
Yes.
And people are like, "Oh, it'd be great. We could have Marvel with Wolverine."
The thing is,
Fuck that.
Fuck Marvel.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Fuck Marvel.
Fuck
I hate it.
Marvel.
It's
look,
not,
I'm excited for Infinity War, and then after Infinity War, I'm done.
No, you're not.
it's just become
Yes, I
this,
am, Trey. Don't tell me when
It's
I'm
this
not done.
soulless. Just I don't want to sound like a lib, but just a big soulless corporate behemoth now that it lost sight of its.
I mean, what's the last genuine thing Disney's put out that you? I mean, they put out like genuine movies, but their business
there's
practices
a lot
overall.
of
Yeah.
there's a lot of companies under Disney, but I don't want to say soulless, but it all feels very constructed. All this new Star Wars feels there's a template, and you're going to follow the template. If you go outside the template, we're going to fire you.
Here's
Look
the
at the
thing.
Han Solo movie.
Here's the thing: template, soulless, they mean basically the same thing in this scenario.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, same with the Marvel, but I mean, DC's doing terrible.
I
with
just
their
think.
movies.
I also think EA is soulless.
Yeah.
I think the only time EA puts out a game that feels like it has any soul is if EA doesn't have.
Now they're
a heavy hand in it.
I just want to say there are hardworking people working on this games that have a lot of passion. Like people who are working on but the company
the
as a
individual
whole-
people, but the
Yes.
company is just focused on one thing, and it's money.
Right. I just want to clarify that because I think people do
Mm-hmm.
get kind of misguided and they'll go lash out at one of the developers. And
like the
that's
guy
not-
who put the horse armor, like made the horse armor.
Yeah, don't get pissed off
if-
at that guy.
If Disney buys Fox, that's fucked. I mean,
Yes.
I feel like we're about to enter a new
Well,
era.
there's like 3 companies.
Yeah, well,
Hey, it's cool.
It's
It's
like
cool.
in the 1910s or like the early 1900s when Teddy Roosevelt had to trust bust and went in and smashed all the monopolies, I feel like we let all those principles slide, and we're entering a new age of super monopoly.
Well, here's the thing.
Luckily, you're not gonna. You don't have to choose You can choose what services you want.
Hey, welcome to
Online
Super
and stuff,
Politics
yeah.
Cast 64. But
It's luckily net neutrality is going down.
I think there's
Hell
a good chance. Yeah, dude. If that happens, we have a eulogy for video games because that's also going to be.
we should do next episode. We should do a big net neutrality discussion. I think.
All right, you want to?
Yeah.
Oh, but what I was going to say is, I think we're getting close to like such a strong reaction in the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not incredibly worried about it.
You know, people talk about Twitter, like the Twitter mob, and I do agree that does exist, but I think there's also could be good from things.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think that politically the climate has swung one way very hard to correct,
Mm-hmm.
to overcorrect.
I wish that there were more. I wish people would care more about net neutrality or some other things.
But I'm just saying,
loot boxes.
I think we've got
sometimes.
about, at most, 6 years, but probably more like 2 for things to overcorrect the exact opposite
Yeah.
way again.
Mhm.
Which, maybe we're busting up,
Yeah.
big companies.
Yeah. Any more
Well, once
news?
we have state-run media, it won't even be an issue.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true, yeah.
we'll have one video game company, one TV channel. It'll be perfect.
I kind of want to live in that like Gonzo alternate universe with everything is just Donald Trump made, like it's Donald Trump rim.
Did we accidentally get
The Elder
shifted
Trumps.
to an alternate timeline in some sort of media?
The Elder Trumps.
Yeah, like are we in the Wolfenstein of some other?
dude. We
Reality.
might be. The Wolfenstein. Yeah.
Well, let's move on before we get too political.
Oh, trust me, the film's cast gets so. Adam's like a bleeding heart, and so is Spencer's
Uh-huh.
a commie. Got that podcast running.
Hey, I have a request.
Yeah.
They're in there doing the podcast. I'm thirsty or doing the show. I'm thirsty AF. Would you mind running there and get me a core?
Want me to go get you a core?
Yes, please.
Trey,
I'd
you
go
can-
in there, but
Trey, you can leave anyway because for this specific story, because I'm doing a Pokemon Go
All right,
story.
I'll leave.
We're going to the
Fine.
I don't want Norm to bust my ass in there.
We're going to our Pokemon Go correspondent, Austin, in the field. Austin,
I'm out here,
Can you-
Connor.
can you see the ho-ho?
Yes, I can. I hear you. I see you. I can see the ho-oh. It's glorious. It's golden. It's rainbow. It's flying over, and I'm the only one out here, and I can't catch it. I have no friends. out
Austin,
here.
talk to me about this new ho-oh that seems to be available for only a limited time.
So after catching my super rare Farfetch the other day, the wonderful people at Niantic announced, "Hey, ho-oh's going to be available for your new raids coming up," and I said, "Okay." And I lost my connection to the Discord server, and now I can't talk to people who are doing raids. So I'm stuck out here, and I don't think I'll be getting a ho-oh. But it's the last legendary they haven't released besides Mew.
Did you see that ho-oh appears that it will be around until December 12th? So you have a couple of weeks to try to get a group together.
Well, good. I'll scrounge up some friends.
I've also seen that people are disappointed by ho-oh
Oh yeah.
in terms of power level.
Well, I'm just collecting to fill my Pokedex. So
Okay.
back to you in the studio.
All right, and we're back. Thanks to Austin for being out in the field.
Yeah,
Probably a literal field.
He was great.
He was great. Probably a literal field because that's how Pokemon Go works. Finally, I wanted to bring it back down.
Okay, let's bring it down. Let's
Let's
turn down the
bring it-
lights here
let's
a little bit.
Bring it back down. Epic Games is suing a child.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Why are they suing a child? Well, let me tell you. This child downloaded illegal mods for Fortnite.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Wait, illegal mods? How can mods be illegal?
You're right. It's an illegal mod. I don't know.
That's strange.
It's an illegal. Okay, so it's an illegal mod. I know how it's illegal. It's an illegal mod because it's technically modifying a game that you've agreed to a license agreement
okay.
because you bought the game.
Is that legally binding though, or is that more?
Based on the stuff I've read, it's really, really murky, and there's a
What?
possibility that they can't win
That's what I figured. Like
because so his mom is either a lawyer or really good friends with one because she
Mhm.
wrote like a really scathing thing back at Epic Games. Mostly hitting on the fact that her child is 14 and can't legally agree to anything,
yeah.
and she didn't give permission to agree to anything. So if they try to go that route, they don't really have a case, although they might. I don't know. Anyway, they're suing because not because he downloaded them and used them, And they were cosmetic mods, by the way.
Okay.
Not mods to make him better at the game or to help him cheat at the game. At least, based on what I've read, that is what it sounds like. But he streamed them and put them on YouTube. He streamed himself putting them on his game and using them, and that is the problem that Epic has.
Well, I'm sure they just sent him a nice cease and desist letter.
They did, and he refused to take the video down and instead made another video saying, hey, they sent me a cease and desist letter.
Fuck them.
I am not going to take it down.
Oh, no. Bad news on the core front. What's the
They're
deal?
like still on air.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I figured you could just waltz in there.
I want to just walk in.
All right, I'm going to go fill my cup. Listen
No,
to...
I'll
Listen
get
to
it for you.
listen to Connor's story.
No, here, you keep talking. You're a little...
I'm very thirsty.
Here, I'll go get it.
All right, well, anyway,
Thanks. Trey.
so they are suing him on copyright infringement.
He's not making money off of this though. So, or is he? Are his videos monetized?
I guess they could be. Hold on really quick. I'm
Because-
sorry. I read this before, but this is a different story than I read before, so it's set up in a different way.
Fair use laws dictate that you can make personal things. You can make parodies.
So Epic Games claims that the boy and 8 other people, it's also suing 8 other people,
Okay.
violated the company's terms of use contract and federal copyright laws. But they also said, quote, the defendant is a cheater. Nobody likes a cheater, and no one likes playing with a cheater.
About a 14-year-old boy, a corporation said that.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Although I retract my earlier statement.
Okay.
He was using a mod to look through walls.
Okay. That's weird.
Not really. I think Fortnite is a PUBG style game.
Oh, right.
So it is actually
it
cheating.
is cheating, yeah.
But it's a cheat code that injects unauthorized computer code into the game while you're playing, which I think is them saying that that's breaking the copyright because he is messing with the game code that they have already made and modifying it.
You know, that's similar to the ruling a few years ago about jailbreaking your iPhone. Apple claimed that you don't actually own this. You own the hardware. You don't own the software. We're licensing you the software. You have no right to go in and mess with the code or anything. And I think it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, no, once you've purchased this, the user can do anything they want with it. If they want to jailbreak it, there's nothing illegal about that. And that I feel like that starts to fall into the same thing here.
So the mom wrote a letter to the U.S. District Court judge and said that saying that the boy did not modify, he downloaded a cheat code from an easily accessible public website and said Epic Games should be suing him instead. She also pointed out that her son is not old enough to agree to legally binding terms and conditions, something the company would have known if it bothered to ask for the verification of the user's age. Also, they're trying to counter with the fact that they released his name and age.
Isn't that illegal? I thought if they're under 18, you can't do that.
I believe it is, and she's alleging that it is. And so this is going to be a fun one. So basically, Trey, you missed the idea that Epic is suing a 14-year-old boy
Right.
for downloading a mod to Fortnite, using it, recording himself using it, and posting it on YouTube, and then refusing to take it down when they hit him with cease and desist.
Mm-hmm.
So they are continuing the suit, and they're suing for several $1,000s.
Damn.
Yeah.
They'll probably settle out of court, right?
I assume so. The mom is trying to get this to be like not even a lawsuit
Yeah.
because she's alleging that you can't hold him credible for any of your user agreements because he's 14. He's a minor.
Why don't they just go through the normal route that these companies go through and just force the videos to be taken down? Why are they suing him?
Because he refused to take them down?
Well, no, but you go through YouTube will take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's a great question. I have no idea.
That's weird.
I think because I don't know how big Epic Games is.
It's a medium-sized studio, right?
I think they might be pretty big.
That's
Yeah.
weird. Okay, so it's weird for a big studio to do it. It seems more like I mean, maybe it's not because they have the money to do it, but it seems like something that like a small studio who's really worried about their bottom line But also, Fortnite is a free game.
I paid $60 for it.
Oh, never mind. I take that back.
No. It was free. Then they started charging.
Okay, yeah, because I bought a physical disc and everything.
Okay, well, when I was reading it, I think he got it free
I'm
originally.
gonna make sure I didn't get fucked here.
But anyway, it's a weird overall thing, and it just makes license agreements questionable at best.
I mean, it was a mod he was doing. That's sort of a shitty move because people do mod videos all the time.
Okay, so this mod video was actually like a cheating mod and allowed
Okay.
him to see through walls.
Okay.
Okay, so Epic makes Gears of War. That's their
Yes.
big thing.
Okay,
Unreal Tournament. God, that's like all they've done is Unreal.
they probably make money off the engine.
Yeah, so they're medium to medium large.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, anyway, that was a story I really wanted to bring up because I read it and was very confused, but upon reading it, I really don't know who's winning this case.
It's probably they're both assholes, right? It's probably they're both in the wrong.
I mean, this kid seems like a dick.
I mean, you're making videos on how to cheat in a game. That's pretty. I mean, it's a multiplayer game where people are trying. It's different if it's a single player.
Yeah.
But if it's a multiplayer where you're affecting other people, it's bad. But also suing a kid is kind of stupid. There's probably better routes to take. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was an interesting look at
Thanks
license
for bringing it
agreements.
up.
And that is the end of the news
It's
segment.
all the news.
That's all the news.
Austin, was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, the Civilization 6 video game,
Mhm.
they announced their first expansion.
All
I
right.
saw that. What are we getting?
It's called Rise and Fall.
Oh.
Adds a lot of needed and fun mechanics.
Mhm.
Let me pull this up. So this is something I had an idea for a while. So this is called Great Ages.
Add Hitler.
Yeah, it's just all Hitler. Everybody's Hitler. And you
Mhm.
play against other super Hitlers.
Hitler's there and BJ Blazkowicz is there.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
and
just
it's-
Wolfenstein. It's a
yeah, it's called
skin.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Mecha Hitler's there.
These are called Great Ages, and they used to have Gold Ages, where you would get bonus food and bonus money for a period of time when your civilization was happy enough. But now this time, there are good ones. Now there's bad ones. So you could have like a plague or like some other disaster that lasts a while. Cities now have individual loyalty, so you have to keep those up, or they can separate from your civilization and form their own free state, or they could be absorbed by other influential states. You now have new units called governors in a new district called the government district, and you have to make, recruit, appoint, and upgrade powerful characters with unique specialization bonuses and promotion trees to customize your cities and reinforce loyalty. So you will send these to cities, and they'll help keep your cities loyal. New alliance systems, when something called emergencies. When a civilization grows too powerful, other civilizations can join a pact against a threatening civilization. For like a binding resolution.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back and something called timeline. You can go back and see your whole civilization throughout the ages if you need to check on something. I don't know. 9 new leaders, 8 new civilizations.
Who are the new leaders?
They haven't said yet. And just a
Hitler.
bunch of new content. New world wonders, new units, new buildings, new everything. So it's great.
Civ is a game that I've always really wanted to get into, but I realize that the learning curve to get into it takes so long that I might not be interested after
It's
I learn
not
how to play.
that bad. It's not like what's the space sim? Eve.
Eve, yeah.
Eve. I tried
Online.
playing that. That is fucking insane.
And people like have $1 million corporations on there.
Oh
too.
yeah, people make
Yeah.
real money.
I
on
watched
that.
a video explaining how someone like pirated someone's ship, like literally stole their
Yeah.
ship and like
Mhm.
ruined their economy just to like
It's cool.
it seems awesome.
I
but
know
I also am not interested in the time it would
Oh,
take
yeah.
for me to learn that.
for sure. Civ does. It's a little complex, but once you get it, there's really just like 5 main things to keep track of, and once you kind of get what they are, the rest is easy to fill in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems like the most. It's a game I've always wanted to get into, but I don't have a computer that can run it, and it also just
It's not that much.
Yeah, it's
to-
not very intensive.
Yeah.
It's mostly just still most of the time. My
I-
friends and I are way into it, and Trey has tried playing with us once or twice, and then he bailed after a few
Mhm.
minutes. each time.
It's really difficult. I'm not very smart. I'm not a smart man. I'm like Forrest Gump.
It's true.
I'm interested. Maybe I'll see if I can get.
Well,
some.
I'm in, or I hope you're in. This is the expansions for Civilization are always the best part because Civilization is kind of an ongoing process. it's such a
That's so deep.
complicated game. Yeah, it's like so.
Civilization is like ongoing, man.
Man, it's
always
like it's always
going.
going on around us.
Like we'll
all
look
the time.
we'll look back like 100 years from now and we'll say like, wow,
Oh, we were
we
there.
were savages
we were
and
part
now
of it.
now we're civilized.
Exactly. Yeah, it takes so many millions of hours of playtesting that they they'll wait for a year as people play the game and they'll say, okay, but now we need all this, and then people say, oh, the game's great now, and then it gets better and better, and they release a new one and everyone hates it. Who's this tall man
It's
on?
Kristaps
It
Porzingis,
is Kristaps.
the
Didn't-
Latvian unicorn.
He got hurt the other day, right?
Yeah, he rolled his ankle.
Does he know Caspers?
Caspers loves Kristaps. Yeah.
Did you know that in Latvian, if your name ends, men's names end in S because it's a manly ending for names.
Oh.
Well,
So Kristaps Porzingis has a manly first and last name.
That's why our friend who we were just discussing, Caspers, his last
Mhm.
name is Skells, so he has double manly.
Yeah.
Mhm. He is a manly man, Caspers.
He's the DCH hunk. Like all the girls are always
Yeah.
talking about.
Here's the thing, though, and this isn't any slight on
What does
Caspers.
DCH stand for?
Dallas Comedy House. This isn't any slight on
Cool.
Caspers at all, because I think Caspers is a hunk. Period.
Mhm.
This guy looks
But
like
I
David
think-
Mino.
He
A
does.
little bit, just white. I
what I
think
meant.
when you have an accent, girls will like you. Period.
That too, but he's tall.
He's
And-
just got a very good nature to him, though.
Yeah, he does.
He's a very good nature to him.
Yeah.
He's very likable. You know, I
Mhm.
think
I think you're like.
I think he's a
Thank
sexual
you.
predator too, but he's a nice guy.
you say that.
No,
I think he's too
could-
innocent to even be
He
that.
could no. He
Did
could
he
never
lower
do that.
somebody?
That guy couldn't hit.
No.
That guy couldn't hurt
Caspers
a
would
fly.
never.
No.
I'm gonna make lower somebody a thing now.
Okay.
Well, until the next one, because it was Spacey somebody.
Or
Then
it was
CK.
You gonna
Weinstein and Space.
What are you gonna Louis
Yep.
somebody?
Yep.
Louis. Good God, man.
Dan said today that he wouldn't mind being Louis'd
Yeah, he
by
said that.
Louis.
Okay.
He just said it would be weird, but he'd be okay with it.
Yeah, because like you can just close your eyes or turn around or walk out the door.
Dan just said he would stay because he'd have a story.
Yeah,
That is true.
he would have a story.
Well, anyway, this has been super.
Well, we got some
Sexual
some
Assault
Twitter
Cast
questions.
64.
Yeah. We got some Twitter questions. Unless
hit
you want
those
to talk about
quizzes.
your any of your financial dealings.
Oh, my adventures in the stock market.
Yeah.
So I've always loved the hilariously low-priced Cumulus stock, which plummeted a few years ago to 30 cents.
What's it at
share.
now?
Well, I'll get to that. 'Cause, about 2 weeks ago,
Can
I
you go negative?
I bought 200 shares of Cumulus at 30 cents a piece. I was like, I'm not gonna miss this $40. Whatever. I'll just spend it. It has gone down every fucking day since I bought it. And then Cumulus announced yesterday.
Today
they are-
or yesterday. Was
Mike
it?
told me yesterday.
Okay.
A little insider
I don't
trading.
know.
They
Ooh.
are filing for bankruptcy. So every stock I own is basically
Are
worthless.
they gonna declare it?
They have declared
Yeah,
bankruptcy.
they already
Chapter
did.
11.
It dropped to 7 cents
Yeah.
Declare
today.
bankruptcy.
It's down to 7 cents.
You know what? It can only go higher from that.
So I got
Well, it
a
could
question.
go down
Also,
to
what was
zero.
the better investment, Hang Zone or?
Oh, Hang Zone for fucking sure.
if you want to get really into investing, there's a couple apps that are actually pretty.
Oh,
good.
I have.
You have Robinhood.
Yes, that's where I bought all my Cumulus.
Attaboy.
Share.
Did you get free?
There's-
Did you get? What's your free stock? What was your free stock?
They're all free.
No, they're not all free.
Yeah, it's free trades.
No,
Wait,
like what did you get when you start? You get $5 of free stock from something.
Did you
no one
put
told
any-
me that.
Did
Really?
you put any
Yeah.
Nintendo?
I got a free stock for some
No,
like
I should have.
some like oil company.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm looking at maybe.
Daniel Plainview Oil.
Wait, let's see. Oh, it's back up to 9 cents right now.
Attaboy.
So I was gonna buy a ton when it was this low, and it says it's so low that I can no longer purchase it. I can only sell it.
That's
Yeah.
not good.
So I'm hoping in 2 years when Habu finally kicks in,
I don't know what
takes
that
over.
means.
and it'll go back up to $50 a piece, and I'll be a rich
Finally,
man.
that Habu kicks in.
Yeah, we've just been
That
waiting
force.
for it. Sulu's gonna come marching through here.
Good Christ. Yeah,
Oh boy.
that's where we work.
Habu stands for highest and best use.
Oh, that's right. I had
Yeah.
some upper level management guy ask me, like, is this the highest level and best use of your time?
Like
Is this right here the highest level best use of our
What
time?
did-
It was the
Mary-
guy that looks like Rick Renner. I don't really know his name.
It might have been Rick Renner.
It wasn't Rick Renner.
Perfect hair, Rick Renner.
Fake hair, Rick.
Tiniest forehead, Rick Renner.
Renner. Rick Renner's hair looks like a dead gray fox.
Mhm. someone at my work who used to work at Fox Sports and is close to Rick Renner said, like, he's kind of a joke around here. He said in San Antonio, he is like God.
I know.
There.
I watched him. I watched a Spurs game, and he was doing stuff, and I was like, "Are
they
you kidding?"
love him down there for some reason.
Well, you know what else they love in San Antonio?
I don't know. What?
Churros?
Double
Yeah, I was
fisting
gonna say
churros. Double fisting churros. That's Charles Barkley's joke. Is that all the
Really?
Charles Barkley's joke is that all the women in San Antonio are fat.
I could see that.
So Charles will always just be like, all those big looking women down in San Antonio, double fisting churros and eating taco.
I mean, he kind of looks like a fat woman too.
I've met him in person. He's actually a pretty nice guy.
Yeah,
He
he's
seems
a
like
nice
he'd be
guy.
really cool. He and Shaq seem like they'd be cool dudes.
Oh, yeah.
We're all black friends.
So you want to do some Twitter questions?
Twitter questions.
Misplaced Texan asks, will Otani be in a Rangers uniform in any future updates? Wait a minute. Will Otani be in a Rangers uniform in any future updates to the Mario franchise?
I'm going to say Otani does
So he's making a sports joke.
I'm going to say Otani does not come here.
I'm gonna say he does after the Yu Darvish atom bomb that was dropped on us. I'm gonna say I think we could do it again.
I bet Otani doesn't come here mostly because they've already paid Fister, and they have been rumored to be looking at Jake Arrieta.
You know,
which
I'm
is gonna
really
cost-
glad
yeah,
the
it's
It's gonna
Rangers
cost a lot of money.
finally got the Fister.
Thanks for listening.
How about you turn your mic
Today.
off there?
That's a great
Turn-
pun.
turn
I
your
can't
mic
wait
off.
for this whole season where we get Fister puns.
Turn your mic off there,
Well,
pal.
we get plenty of them. I guess it was Buzz who would always say that.
Yeah, who's got
Not
fisted? Yeah.
Fisted just means that you hit it on the thin part of the bat.
No, it means you literally got fisted out on the field.
Means you got a big old fist in your ass,
Yes.
Connor.
Yeah. You know, you're not supposed to jam the fist in there. You got to make a cone with your fingers. You slip it in there,
Do
then
you
you
and,
make the fist.
how do you know?
I watched an instructional video, Trey. Let's not talk about this on air. I fist for a living.
Oh, you and Adam?
Yeah.
Fist
Yeah.
or finger.
Spencer watches
We
jerking
run
off
a
in the
fisting
corner.
booth.
One of my favorite Norm drops is him screaming fist or oh, that's
Fist
a
or
mic.
finger.
That's a mic
Yeah.
drop. it's
Yeah.
Mike screaming fist or finger.
What do you prefer?
Finger. But one that's like as big as a fist. Like a
Okay.
giant's
Oh,
finger.
okay.
What about a fist that's the size of your fingers? What if you didn't have? What if on the tips of your fingers you have
Little
tiny
fists?
fists?
Ooh.
Man.
Can I open the little fists and have
Yeah, you'll
Little
have even
fingers?
tinier,
or
tinier
25 little
hand-
fingers?
tiny hands.
Ben Skies or Skis SKYE asks, and that's at Hootie Ben. On a scale of Hitler to Mohammed Atta, please rank the objectionableness of Slippy Toad and the original Star Fox.
The original Star Fox?
Let's just go with Star Fox 64.
Okay, I assume that's what it is. Because the original
yeah.
Star Fox, Slippy sounds like...
Charles Manson.
Yeah, probably Charles Manson.
You know what? I like Slippy. I don't know why people hate Slippy.
How about Idi Amin?
Okay.
Did you think Slippy was a girl for the longest time?
For a brief period, I think.
It's like Slippy and
Get him off
Rabbit
me.
from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
I was confused by
I
the
thought Rabbit
genders.
was an old lady.
Yeah, me too. But it's a dude.
I think it's an old gay man. I think that's who he is.
Probably. Thank you for that question. At my good friend Darian McBrayer at Darian MCB asks, I want you to commit on the Roller Coaster Tycoon World debacle. I want you to comment on the Roller Coaster Tycoon World debacle. What is that debacle?
So I followed that for a while because I really love Roller Coaster Tycoon. This was going to be the next, core entry in the franchise. And they fucked it up. They just made a horrible game.
Yeah.
And then they kept trying to fix it, and it still was bad, and nobody liked it. And they kept saying, like, oh, we're going to release, maybe not. Oh, we're going to release, maybe not. And then, oh, it's going to be early access. And I don't know if there's new news on it, but I don't know if it ever actually got a full release. And I was very bummed.
Is it like Mega Man? What was the Mega Man game that got canceled? Mega Man World, or it's not World. Mega Man Legends 3.
Mm.
That was it.
Sure. I've never played Mega Man.
Really?
I've watched my friend Ron from Cuba. He played Mega Man a lot, and I watched him.
What a even eclectic group of friends.
He does.
Is his name Ron Mexico?
His name's Ron Macklin.
You need
his
to
dad
collect,
was
you need to
very
collect
white.
all the. What do you call your crew? Do you have a crew name?
Fat Boys.
Who's your favorite fat boy? You gotta collect them all.
I only
Yeah.
know Ron Mexico.
Now, you know more than that.
Ron's not one of the fat boys. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Who's all the? Can you name all the fat boys?
No, you can never name all the fat boys. The first member of the Fat Boy Crew.
Fat boy.
That's the only thing
crew.
I know about the Fat Boys is that guy that sounds like he has straw.
Are you the
when you're,
leader?
like, moving the straw through the Whataburger cup.
Are you the leader, Austin, of the crew?
No, there's no leader. The Fat Boys are decentralized.
I think just because I've known you the longest, I see you as the leader, but I guess not.
No, there's no
Okay.
leader.
Okay.
It's an egalitarian society.
I guess because you're sort of the, like, I've known you forever, and I've known everyone else from you,
Exactly.
that it sort of goes down.
That's
that
like
way.
how like Connor's like a tertiary
Yeah.
friend. You know?
Yeah.
Like you're the leader of Connor to me.
Okay, sure.
That's how I see it.
I don't know. I'm starting to think that frickin' Kirk might be the leader.
Kirk's the head of custodial services.
He might be.
I didn't mean that.
No. I think Gina actually might be the leader of that crew.
She's definitely the organizer.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
actually,
is.
She helps organize everything.
Mhm.
It's actually pronounced.
Oh, we just
Don't
did
do
this
that.
joke
Don't
again.
do that.
Yeah, this
I'm
is-
sorry, Gina, if you're listening
It's actually
about this.
She's actually
guy.
never heard that joke before.
It's actually
Really?
It's funny,
It's
yeah.
pronounced Gina.
She hears it every fucking
I
time.
know.
Oh, okay.
Jay Cranfield asks, "What's your favorite acronym?"
Oh, I know. Mine is ARF, ARF, from one of my favorite Wii games, Jerry Rice and Nidus's Dog Football, where you play football but as dogs, and after you score a touchdown, you can go for the ARF bonus and get
Mhm.
some extra points.
Is that a
Nice.
Michael Vick sponsored game? Or?
No, it's Jerry Rice. There's no Michael Vick.
Okay, my
That
bad.
would be very insensitive.
I like
Yes.
the Flood is my favorite acronym,
Oh, Flood's pretty great.
Mhm.
but I don't know what it stands for.
I like MAGA.
You know what? I'm changing my answer.
To MAGA.
Hashtag MAGA.
MAGA. Hashtag. I do like Flood. Flood's a good one. At Mantis Toboggan or at Breezy91 asks.
I also enjoy the Nambla.
Oh,
Too
the
far.
North American Marlon Brando lookalike?
Yeah.
That's it. I had a buddy who got so pissed at another one of my friends that he signed him up for Nambla.
Jesus.
he put him on the mailing list.
Okay, I read a lot about Nambla a while ago, and I read that it doesn't really even exist. It's
Really?
like a very loosely connected group of maybe a few hundred people left that
Well,
kind of...
Well, let me tell you, you can still get a newsletter.
You can still sign up for that newsletter.
Yep.
And it's just perverts like sharing stories of being molested when they were 14. Is basically the whole thing.
Nambla, look it up.
No dance camp though.
Dr. Mantis Toboggan at Breezy91 asks, "What's your costume choice in Mario Odyssey?"
I think I like the classic Mario overalls and shirt, but
Mhm.
with the hip cap, the modern baseball cap.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Not the weird pizza hat.
I'm really liking the sombrero with the what was I wearing? It was like the ninja or the sort of samurai suit with the
Oh, yeah.
sombrero hat.
I like
It's
the
pretty cool.
samurai suit.
I like the little art hat with the sort of jungle safari outfit because you look like Revolver Ocelot.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the retro one. It's really fun.
I like the nipples.
Nips. Oh yeah, the swimsuit one with the little sailor hat in honor of you and Adam is a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of really cool costumes. I like the Waluigi costume, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good ones in there.
Yeah, that's an aspect of that game I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I do too. I like it a lot. You can like mix.
Those
and
were
match.
fun microtransactions.
Those weren't even microtransactions.
yeah,
you
it
got
was
those, without.
in game.
Yeah, those are fun. At Mr. Birmingham, Matt Birmingham
Ah, that
asks,
asshole.
"What's up?"
Hey, nothing. You mean you're next door? You can come in here if you want.
Yeah. And Ryan Maxwell asks at Sooner811.
Will
So
you
he's a
read it?
Longhorns fan.
Will you read it like Carlton Maxwell?
How much Fortnite Battle Royale have you been playing? Silenced SMG is the best weapon in the game. Fight me.
So I played Fortnite before it became Battle Royale.
Oh,
I'm gonna sound
look at
like
this
a
guy.
Fortnite hipster.
Hipster.
I think that's why it cost me money. I must have bought it before it became free to play.
Yeah, I think the Battle Royale was free to play. The
Right.
Fortnite was not.
So I just have base Fortnite, so I have not played Battle Royale.
Isn't it just a PUBG sort of
It's just a
game?
PUBG clone, but with the
I was gonna say ripoff, but
but it's got the fort building aspects of base Fortnite.
that's why it's called Fortnite.
Well, and also because you can only play for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And then your disc
yeah,
shuts down.
Okay, that makes sense.
the whole system explodes.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Can't play it anymore.
I got you.
Well, that is super GamesCast.
Wait. Did we just get through a whole segment of Twitter questions with no Chris DeField?
No,
Yeah,
Chris
is he okay?
Yeah, I'm
I
concerned.
think he's in college right now. He's got stuff to do.
I hope he's all
He's
right.
busy.
You made it seem like he was a YouTube superstar. I checked. He's got like
Don't be mean to Chris.
he's got a considerable amount of subscribers compared to what I have. But
Does
I
he have
thought
more or
was-
less?
I never
than
said he was a
Cray Tray 10?
superstar.
He's not. Oh yeah. Does he? No, it's Cray Tray 0.
I thought it was Cray Tray 10.
I was wrong. It's Cray Tray 0.
Okay.
And don't harass that little kid.
Yeah, don't harass
Don't go
him.
on there.
Is that like
and
Zero
call him
Suit
an
Samus?
asshole.
So
Yeah,
Trey's like
it's-
Samus.
Yeah, you're Samus, and then when your exterior falls away, it's that little kid.
I wish I was a little kid again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Why?
That's the first thing that a future chomo says.
No, it doesn't.
And
He
that's
doesn't want to be
that's
a
what
kid again. He
Michael
wants
Jackson
to be with
says.
kids.
what Michael Jackson said. Yeah, but you can capture their essence and their youth.
They're Ute.
But their essence comes from their butts.
Yes. Ew.
If you could be any age again, what age would you be? I guess that's kind of weird. Bunch of
If you
29
want
below
to pay
age
the troll
people.
toll to
You
get
gotta
into
get
this
that
boy's
soul.
soul.
You want to do a song to get us out of here?
No, I want to answer your question. What
Alright.
age would I be if
Yeah.
I could be an age again? What's my age again?
You're 23 right now.
I'm 22.
That's a pretty good
Stay
age.
there. That's the
stay
perfect
there.
age.
That's the perfect age.
I was gonna say I'm currently enjoying being 22.
It's
Yeah.
it's pretty much the perfect age because I was thinking about it. Whenever you're a kid, you're always looking forward to like, oh, I want to be older. I want to be older. And when you're an adult, you're always looking back like, I want to be younger. I want to be younger. So where's that median? I think
22.
it's around 22.
Yeah, and it's
So-
1 year after you're old enough to drink.
Right. So enjoy it. It'll be gone before you know
Yep.
it.
yeah, I've
And-
only got about 4 months left.
Yep.
Yeah. Once you're 23, it's all downhill.
Plus, you're getting married soon, so
Oh my
it's just going to
God.
be over.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be done.
It's all gonna be over.
You're going to have designated, friend time. The rest will be wife time. And
You're gonna move to
What do
Fort
you think
Worth.
this is right now?
Is this designated friends time?
No.
Did
it's
you
not.
get permission for this?
No.
It's good. Don't get.
Do you get permission for this, Austin?
I'm not married. I don't have to. And
I'm
I
not
don't-
married either.
That's true.
Not yet.
Yeah.
You're probably the first of us three, though.
Could get out now, or just delay it. That's what I'm doing. Just delaying it indefinitely.
Poor Ariel.
Well,
Let's edit this part out.
Yeah.
Not that she ever listens, but
No, she doesn't.
just in case.
No one listens. I do love the story that Adam told about how he would listen to one of the podcasts in his room, and Kurt came in and goes, "Where's Austin?
Oh yeah.
Where is he?"
Yeah. Sad. Poor Kurt.
Kinda slow.
also, I'm not moving to Fort Worth. I work in Dallas.
I
Hang
know,
on. I
I'm
moved
just-
to Rowlett, and
That's
just
a
settled down.
slight shot at my best buddy.
I'm gonna move to
who moved to
Boyd.
Fort Worth.
Get
Where?
out. I'm gonna get out there to Boyd.
That's my middle name.
Brother.
Oh, no, it's not. Is it Boyd?
Yeah.
Austin? No, it's not. Let me see your little
I'm
little
gonna go out
thing.
to Boyd, brother.
How old is this? Look at that little Austin.
Don't
You look
place-
older in this picture than you do right now. First of all.
That is from the day I turned 18.
No, cat. Don't come out
Don't
here.
come out there, cat.
Don't come out here.
Yeah, Austin.
that's not what I'm
Boyd
asking.
Guttery.
And you are allowed every other time you get your license every 6 years. You're allowed to do it online. I did it online, so I didn't have to take a new picture.
Dude,
so
doesn't he look older in this picture than he does now?
Let me
He
I
check.
looks
will
like a
have
different
that same picture till the time I'm 30. The problem was it was 6 a.m. So it was
Dude, I
dark.
don't even know who this person
yeah,
is.
it looks so different.
Who is this?
It was 6 a.m. and it was storming like
thing
a.
is, with Austin's hair, he's sort of a chameleon. Like, he can grow the hair out really long.
A
he can
karma
get all-
chameleon?
yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, you
Karma,
can find me at YouTube at CrayTray1310. You can find me on Twitter at CrayTrayVids.
You can find me on YouTube at CrayTray0.
I
On
was gonna make the same joke.
on Twitter at CD Reisenhuber.
You can find me on YouTube at CrayTray0, and you can find me on Twitter at CrayTray0.
Does CrayTray0 have
Let's find out.
You know
We
what? I want
find
to
out.
contact this guy and see if he wants to be on our podcast.
Let's get him on the show. Get him
Okay.
on the show. Hey, kid, a bunch of 20-year-olds want you on their podcast.
Oh, don't sell it like that.
Okay, there is no Cray Tray Zero.
Just, yeah.
It's Cray Tray 10, right?
Please subscribe on iTunes, yeah, and subscribe also on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel.
We do. It's got
Super
a nice
Games
yellow
Cast and
background.
Films. Well, I'm actually updating all the thumbnails,
Oh,
and so it should be some cool thumbnails.
excellent.
So be on the lookout.
See this lobster with the Pepsi can on its claw?
Is that Pinchers the Korean?
I'm getting sick of
Not
Pinchers the
Pinchers.
Korean.
Yeah, me too.
I'm getting tired of some of those people, man. Like Pinchers the Korean.
Have you ever thought about it?
Have you ever thought about it? All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Have a great day. Pinchers, if you're listening. I'm just kidding. Just kidding around. I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm not really sick of you. I love you. I really do. That's the podcast. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.